Well, welcome to What's Going On with Lady D. I am your host, Lady D. And today we have with me 2T Honors Academy, Dr. India Ford and Tasha Jones. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies, and how are you?
Awesome.
All right. And it's a wonderful day here in Cleveland. I must agree. We can just bottle this weather up and save it for tomorrow.
Yes, every day.
That would be nice.
Yes. So I'm so excited to have you on. I saw your flyer at the YMCA as I was working out. And I picked it up and it says, 2T. What does this stand for? Mm-hmm. And it's an academy. And then I went over and I started looking at the list of, things that you offer at this school, at the academy. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you, first of all, tell our audience a bit about you, Dr. Ford.
I guess you can say I'm a teacher. I'm an educator at heart. I've been in education for over 20 years. I live and breathe education, which is why I decided to create the school, T Squared Honors Academy. And that's about it for me.
And may I ask, so can you give us a little bit more educational background on yourself?
Oh, sure. I graduated from Euclid High School. Woo woo! Euclid High School. I'm a Euclidean. Okay. After graduating from Euclid, I decided to get I ran track and field for Euclid, so I got a full scholarship to Indiana University. Went to Indiana University for about 5 to 6 years, and ended up going to Navajo Reservation in New Mexico and did some teaching there for a little bit. Yes, that's where my student teaching was, and they hired me immediately. Stayed there in New Mexico for a while. Then I moved to Texas for about 2 years and taught in Dallas, Texas. And then I traveled back to Ohio because I have 2 children and decided to teach here in one of the urban districts in Maple Heights.
Excellent. So I understand that you are the superintendent.
Yes.
And what motivated you to become the big S? Because superintendent, that carries a lot of weight. That means you are it.
Well, I don't know about all that. It's just the title.
Okay.
My biggest and most important thing is just making sure my students learn. And the superintendent, like I said, is just a title. I decided to move in that direction and actually create T Squared Honors Academy on my own. I had a few people who were with me who decided to work with me for a little bit but decided to fall off. And so I decided to create T Squared on my own, decided to donate, I can't say donate, but give about $113,000 of my own money to actually start the school.
Okay.
Once the school was started, I mean, it's, I guess, history now. We're doing exceptionally well.
Excellent. And so how long have this, how old is the school?
8 years.
8 years.
Mm-hmm. We're going to turn 9th year.
Where's the school located at?
It's located in Warrensville Heights, 18450 South Miles. So it's right near the Word Church.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Excellent. And so can you tell me how big is your staff and how many students that you have attending now?
Currently, we have about 105, and it's because, of course, COVID. COVID actually hurt our numbers a little bit, but we are growing a lot. We're getting calls daily for enrollment, so we're excited about that. We have probably about 14 staff members, each one teaching different subject areas.
Okay. And so is this a high school or what's the grade level there?
Yes, our grade level is 7th through 12.
7th
through 12, yes.
Okay. Is there an admission?
No, there is no admission costs. This is a public school. It's a community, even though it's a community school, we're considered a public school.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Tell me, what makes your school different from public school?
Definitely the small class sizes. We're very, very small. and our class sizes, we have one grade level per grade, and so we only have 25 students per grade. So that's very, very important because they do get a significant amount of attention.
That's good.
Our students also graduate. Most of them try to get into college, and we actually get a number of students to go to college. We start prepping them their junior year.
Okay.
And then they actually, once they graduate, we've gotten students into Cleveland State, Howard University, different colleges around in the community. So we're really excited about that as well. As far as scholarships, last year alone, we had over $400,000 in scholarship money given to our students.
That is really awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And you've been around for 8 years. May I ask you, where do you see your school going? What's the goal within the next 5 years?
Oh, awesome question. In the next 5 years, my hope is to increase our enrollment to about 300. We want to remain small, but I do want to have 2 grade levels per grade as opposed to just 1. And then at this time, we are in the process of building our gym in the facility that we're located in, and then we're going to actually expand with more classrooms. So we're pretty excited about that. So ultimately, we want to become one of the best charter community schools in Ohio.
Excellent, excellent. So when you said 2 grade levels to 1, what does that mean?
So basically right now we have 1 7th grade class, 1 8th grade class, 1 9th grade class,
Okay.
etc.
Okay, okay.
So our goal is to actually have 2, 2, and 2.
Oh, I see. I see. And so now, may I ask, so how are your end of year results for state and local exams?
Yes, our growth measures, we did receive an A on our growth measures, which is really awesome for us. So, which means that our students, when they come to our school, they actually are learning and the actual program does work. So we are taking students from 2 grade levels behind and moving them up to grade level, which is pretty amazing. So, and then our our grade closing the achievement gap was a B.
Excellent.
Yeah,
That
so
is
we're
really
pretty
something to
excited
be
about it.
proud about. Excellent, because I've never heard of this academy.
Yeah, we're
You know,
pretty
again, like I said, I saw the flyer out on the table. I've seen it there a couple of times, and I, always look at our table because we have so much things that's going on in the community, and I want to make sure that people who are doing amazing things in the Northeast Ohio area,
Yes.
let the the rest of the community know what is going on. And may I ask you, the students that attend your school, how should I say? I don't want to say what type of students are these. But are these kids? The kids, are they struggling, or do they not fit in well at public school, or is there?
Good question. We get a variety of different types of students. We can get students who are on IEPs, all the way up to students who are extremely academically high performing.
Okay.
So we have that variety. We do have students who have emotional problems. We do have students who have struggles with learning, which is why we offer tutoring after school. We offer tutoring during school. We have it built into our schedule. So yes, we have a variety of different students.
Excellent. And so now, you have what other classes are there besides just a regular curriculum?
Oh, awesome. We have our African American Studies classes. I am a strong supporter of our culture. So I do believe that our students need to know where they're going and where they came from. So understanding where they came from actually changes their attitudes and mentalities towards education. That is why our school actually does well with discipline and issues with discipline. We hardly have any disciplinary issues, which is awesome for us, especially with it being a high school.
Right.
So last year alone, no fights or anything like that. But we also communicate a lot.
Okay.
We do push communication within our school program.
Okay, and with the parents?
Yes,
Are
with
the parents are involved in with the student
Well, I can't say that our parents are strongly involved, but we do encourage them to be involved. Okay. Our teachers are required to make contact with all of our parents in the event their students are failing or having difficulty academically to get them involved.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you see our students today? Well, maybe the students at your school. Mm-hmm. Okay. What are you finding that they really struggle with the most?
I believe our students struggle the most with making the decision between academics and working.
Okay.
I do believe that most students want to get a great education, but sometimes finances are more important, and having money and trying to make ends meet themselves is critical. And I think that's what we see a lot of. So their focus is not primarily on academics and going to college, et cetera.
So would you say that is more of the 11th and 12th graders? Because I know you said you started 7th grade.
Yeah.
And that's a lot for a 7th and 8th grader to be worrying about.
But it's similar.
Is it?
It's very, very similar, yes.
So is it where they're trying to keep up, as we used to say, the Joneses, as far as, a clothing attire? Do they wear uniforms, or are they allowed to wear whatever?
Yes, in our school program they do wear uniforms, so they don't get to wear whatever they want to, even down to the shoes. Last year we did allow them to wear any shoes just because of coming off of COVID, and then this year it'll be going back to just regular black or brown shoes. They wear khaki pants, and then they wear their cardigan, which is a royal blue along with the school logo, or they can wear a polo with the school logo. And we did that to eliminate a lot of the issues with bullying, of course, with clothing, etc. So they don't get to wear whatever they want. But there's still that struggle with making that decision to work.
Okay. I really understand making that decision of work. So are you saying they're trying to work in 7th grade?
Yeah, they try to work in 7th grade.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because I know my great nephew, he's like 9th grade. Well, he found a nice job, making $15 an hour.
Well,
I was like,
wow. How?
And that was his part-time.
Exactly. Well, no, it's interesting because after COVID, kids are working all the time, which even 9th grade, before COVID, 9th graders couldn't get jobs.
Right.
7th and 8th graders couldn't get jobs. But after COVID, now they can get jobs, which is not really good because their focus is
making money and coming away from what's really important, because they're going to need to be educated on how to use that money.
Exactly.
Ooh, yes.
Exactly.
What you say? Yes. Yes. We're going to let Tasha jump on into this conversation. So Tasha, what tell us, now you work at the school. And you were the young lady that answered the phone when I called.
Yep.
And your position now is?
So right now I am the secretarial assistant. But in the fall, I will be a redirection program coordinator.
Excellent. Now, did you attend the school?
Yes, for all 4 years of my high school experience.
Okay. Tell us about the school for you and your experience.
Okay, so when I first got there, I was like, what is this? Because it was new to me. Like, I was used to going to a public school. I came from a school in South Euclid, I believe. And it was like a mixture of kids, and it was just like a lot of students. So when I got to T2, it was very small. It was very new, and it was predominantly like an all-black school. So I just wasn't used to it. But then I gave it a chance. I got involved with cheerleading. I came with my cheer uniform. I got involved with dance, choir. Student council. The school has a lot to offer, and I strongly encourage people to just enroll their kids, or at least look into the school, because we have a lot to offer.
Tell our audience, what are some of the things that you found that was most important that another student would find exceptionally well to want to attend?
Okay. So when I said we have a lot to offer, not only did I mean like extracurricular activities. But a lot of times, other schools don't really offer financial literacy classes, which is why I was just like, yes, we do need to learn how to properly manage our money. Like I learned about credit, banking, things like that in my financial literacy class my 12th grade year.
Excellent.
And I definitely feel like it made a difference in my life.
Okay.
Because that's
very
big.
important
Yeah.
because, I think that's something that needs to be taught in all the high schools, and the sooner the better because as a family, as a whole, we really don't sit around the table anymore and have dinner together because the cell phones are taking over. Our kids are on that, and parents' work schedules are different, and so we don't have these conversations when we want to know what's going on with school or what would you like to do, far as improving, learning, and growing, and taking other classes. So tell me about some of the classes that's there that do you find different from public school?
Okay, so the one is the financial literacy, African American studies. Most of the times you will find that in colleges and not high schools. Sociology and psychology. I took those 2 classes when I was in my 11th and 12th grade year.
Okay.
Yep.
So you are taking some college courses then as well as regular high school classes, and that's good.
Yep.
Yes. So let me ask you, the kids, the students that are there, your peers, how did you get along with them? How do you all communicate? And everybody's coming from different backgrounds. Like you said, you came from Euclid, and you probably went to school with white children.
Yes.
And now you're in an all-black school. So
that's a good question. So, 9th grade, it was a lot of drama, but we always had Dr. Ford as our mediator.
Okay.
So, chair, sorry. Okay. Dr. Ford, she just pretty much tried her very best to try to eliminate any drama that we had going on. And as the years increased, like going to 10th and 11th and 12th grade, I just started like being more friendlier to my peers as they were to me. And then eventually we just kind of grew into a family. Like I still keep in contact with a lot of the people I graduated to this day.
Excellent. And your opinion about the teachers?
The teachers?
Awesome. Are they strict? Do you find the school strict?
Not really.
No.
I mean, they definitely they definitely expect to be respected. Respected. Right terminology. They don't want us to fall behind.
Okay.
So they definitely instill, I would say, discipline. Like at some point, my 9th grade year, we had a demerit system just to try to keep everybody in line. But then once the attitude started improving and the focus and concentration, that's when we were able to get rid of that system because we were doing what we were supposed to be doing. So.
Excellent. Yeah. So I know you have the extra activities. Do you all go on different field trips?
Yes.
You like that?
I love the field trips.
Where are some of the places that you've been?
Oh, wow. Okay, so we went to Howard University. That was my dream school. Howard University, yes. All I talked about my 11th and 12th grade year. Where else did we go? We went to Oberlin College.
Howard University. Let's talk about Howard. What did you like about Howard?
I liked what they had to offer. Howard is not Harvard. Harvard is very intense when it comes to education. Like it's kind of difficult to get into Harvard, right. But Howard, it didn't seem like it was as hard, but it was still like up there when it came to like acceptance and stuff. But the campus environment was nice. It's kind of a blur because that was like 9th or 10th grade when we went. Okay. But yeah, it was a very
great experience. An impression on you. Mm-hmm. So if you had to go, away to college, what college would you select?
Well, I would honestly, right now, as in the present day, I would choose Bowling Green because I really liked Bowling Greens. It felt like home.
Okay.
It felt like home. It felt like I was meant to be there when I went to go visit that school.
So now tell our audience a little bit about yourself. I know you said you live in Euclid. Mm-hmm. Okay. You have brothers and sisters?
Yes.
And is anyone else going to the school besides you?
Well, I have one younger sister. I have many siblings, but one of my younger sisters and one of my older sisters went to T-Square as well.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get my younger siblings that are still in high school to go. They just live in Cleveland Heights, so we're working on it, but I'm going to try to persuade them.
Now, Dr. Ford, do you all provide transportation? Because I know she said she lives in Euclid.
Yes.
And you're in Warrensville.
Yes. We do provide transportation, but not all the way out to Cleveland Heights or Euclid. It's too
Okay.
far.
Okay.
Only around the surrounding areas, like Maple Heights and Warrensville.
Okay, so just in that vicinity.
Yes.
Okay, I see. And what is it that you would like to become once you move on from working? Do you plan on working at the academy long, or what's your goals? Tell us your goals. What's your goals?
So I know at some point I want to be an influencer. I want to be able to influence younger, I wouldn't say younger peers, but yeah, like teenagers and, kids to just educate themselves, because I feel like you can't get anywhere in life without education. So, and then with that being said, I'm contemplating on going to school for African American Studies and education or music, because those are both really big passions of mine.
Okay.
So that's a difficult question for me to answer right now, because I'm still trying to find the answer myself.
It's okay, because you know what? You can never limit yourself. If you want to try your music. Mm-hmm. There may be something that you may be really good at. Mm-hmm. Because music is not. There's so many areas in music. Besides singing and playing instruments.
Yep.
So that's and there's nothing wrong with that. And then who knows? You may be a teacher. I mean, you're so motivating. I just love your spirit. You're you're just so out there and going. And this, that's what makes a good motivator. If you can get people to get up and come on and take a ride with me and let's make a change. Let's make a difference. Right. Because this is what we need. We need our youth to be motivated and driven into the areas that they enjoy doing. I tell anyone, if you have to work, get a job that you enjoy doing.
That's right.
Then it's not work.
Nope. Sure isn't.
Okay, because you look forward to doing it every day.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And, you make some money beside, that's even better. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to, get out here and work, and you don't be in a hurry to work. Because I know you were talking about students focusing on working, and they're focusing so young. When we were coming along, they had summer programs for students, but they had to be like 15 or 14 years old to start working, and they would work until school started, but not when school was in. So now you're saying the students are working all year round.
Yes.
And it's taken away from what the main goal is.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's important to get the student to really understand that it's going to be there.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. But, really stressing what's important for them now. Right.
Well, that's one of the reasons why we decided to implement our Yonder pouches.
Okay, what is that?
That is Yonder pouch. Woo.
I was just talking about that yesterday.
Yes. Well, the reason. Well, Yonder pouches are those pouches where you go to the I guess the theater, and they don't want you taking pictures or anything, and you put your cell phone in there and it locks, and then when you come out, you get to open it up and take your phone out.
Oh.
So what we're doing is implementing that in our school program because I want to increase socialization. Our students don't know how to socialize. They know how to use their phone, but and their face is stuck there, but they don't know how to communicate, which is a part of life. You do need to actually be able to discuss things and talk. So implementing the Yonder pouches, they basically will come into the building, they will put their phone in the pouch, and then they do not open it until the end of the school day.
That's wonderful.
So,
now, let me ask you, okay, so it's a great thing to have, but then also, you know, I don't want to put the negative in there, but
put it in there.
But, you know, because of so much is happening in schools and the unexpected, you know, crazy people coming in and causing harm.
Absolutely.
How's your security system?
Very good question. Because our school is so small, we only have 2 exits. So in between those 2 exits, it's just all blocked in, so there is no other way to come in or out of the building. Our security system, we didn't have one initially, so right now we are putting in cameras, et cetera, and we do have cameras outside of the building already. The reason, and it's a great question because our parents, we've already introduced this whole concept to our parents, and a couple of our parents had those same concerns, like what if somebody comes in, an intruder comes in, how's my kid going to contact them?
With their phones being taken away.
Right, with their phones being locked up. So we did discuss with the parents that our overall reason in doing this is to be sure that the kids are safe. Now what's going to happen is if somebody comes in, they will be provided instructions by the teacher. A lot of times when they're doing their cell phones, they're getting instructions from the parents to do different things, and so kids are rushing and going and doing different things, which doesn't allow them to get that major instruction of what we need to do right now. You know, so it actually eliminates the possibility of them getting hurt.
So do you all do drills?
I wanted to say that too. Yes, the drills are amazing, and they feel so real because Dr. Ford is so extra. Like she'll go around and be pulling on the doors and stuff because the teachers will lock the doors. That's our drill, and so we would like kind of huddle into a space in the classroom away from the windows, like so we can't be seen, but also just
for security.
Yep, exactly.
For protection.
And those are lockdown drills.
Okay, so now once school, you know, classroom is started, are the doors automatically locked, or are they open where people, you know?
Our doors are open.
Okay.
So where people can come in and out.
Okay, I was just wondering, are they locked in? I mean, you know.
No.
Okay, that's good. Okay, and let's see. I want to know about how's the food. You know, because when I was going to school, cafeteria food, I made the worst mistake. I left an all-girls school, Jane Addams, where the girls would cook the food, and I mean, we had the best cooks. Okay, yes. Our girls cooked, and we ate off of plates and silverware and drank out of glasses. I transferred to another school. I won't say. I should say. I mean, I'm proud of it. Okay, you know, I'm a mighty rebel. But they didn't have that in their cafeteria. Right. So when I went in there, we were looking for knives and forks. And what's this cardboard tray?
That's where we're going.
It was like, oh my God, what did we do? So tell me about your the lunch.
Well, our school lunches are catered by Frederick's.
Really?
Yes, but unfortunately,
I eating good in the neighborhood.
Well, I love Frederick's to death, but they do have to abide by the Ohio Department of Education standards.
Okay. So what Frederick's cooking up?
And not the food that we see at Frederick's. So, we get a lot of complaints from our students about the food, but they do eat it. So
okay, so what? Tell me about the meals from Frederick's. What you get?
Was it catered by Fredericks when I was there?
During your time, yeah.
So I feel like school lunches have their pros and cons. Like, I don't know. Like, I've been out of school for about 3 years, so I kind of don't remember. But
Oh, you
I just remember.
them. Did they give you a burger and chocolate milk?
Yeah, we had that at some point. But I don't remember if that came from Fredericks or not. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't
Well,
remember.
during their time too, they were able to order. You guys were ordering too.
We got to order
so-
DoorDash, especially our senior year.
Really?
Yeah,
They,
their
we
senior year
didn't
they
we,
do.
we
It's
didn't
a
overdo it.
privilege.
It was like once a week type of thing.
Yeah.
We
You
had
get
to.
to treat.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
privilege.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh boy, old Cedric is serving up high school lunch.
Yes, they are.
Wow, wait till I see them when I go to their establishment. That sounds wonderful. But that's good. So that makes you a little stand. Hey, these are great benefits that public schools ain't getting no
Yeah.
Cedrics.
Yeah.
And no DoorDash either. I'm sure. Wow. Okay. And then I want to know, do you teach foreign language?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so you do offer a Spanish class.
Yes, we do.
Because that is our second language.
Yes, we
Okay.
do.
And it's more students really need to take that because in order to be employed, it's a major plus if you have a second language.
Yes. Well, actually, now, not even to be employed, it's primarily for college.
Okay.
Because if you're planning on just going into the workforce now, they don't require a foreign language.
Okay.
So if they're planning on going to college, they do. So we offer it because we try to get our students to go to college because we think that's important. But we are thinking about other options as well. So we are partnering with Tri-C.
Okay.
And with our partnership, we're going to be doing a lot with manufacturing and getting our students to do a pre-apprenticeship in that.
That'd be great.
We also are partnered with Cleveland State University, and our students will be bused to Cleveland State University to take College Credit Plus classes. Yes.
That's awesome. That is really great. So when is that going to happen?
Our a couple of our students are already taking summer classes at Cleveland State right now, and then it starts in the fall in September.
Excellent. So give us the location of your school again and tell our audience the name of this really wonderful hidden germ because it is really hidden, okay?
Yes.
You don't hear about them on the television on Channel 19 Action Breaking News. Okay, see, now this is good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, this should be breaking news.
Yeah.
You are breaking news on Lady D. What's going on? Give that address again.
Yeah, it's
that
T
location.
Squared. T Squared Honors Academy, 18450 South Miles Road, Warrensville Heights.
And what's the number? Because our audience, they may want to start calling you today.
That's awesome. 216-510-5458.
Give it again.
216-510-5458.
And do you have a website? Because everybody's so techie, they can go and look at your website and see.
And our website, yes. And our website is www.t2academy.com.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So are you excited? Now tell me this here. What time does school start and when will school start for you?
This year is going to be we're really excited about this year because we are doing definitely blocks for all of our students because we know there's a serious achievement gap now that COVID has hit and they've been online for a year and a half. So we have increased our instructional time. So now every class is 65 minutes. And so our school day starts at 8 o'clock and then ends at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And then after that, we do have our tutoring sessions, etc.
Okay, and that's after school.
After school.
Great.
Absolutely.
Great. I noticed that they had taken the cursive writing out. Yeah. Do you teach it at your school?
No, but you do know many of my parents have begged for us to do it, and we are considering it because we do believe that it's important.
They need to know how
Yes,
to
they
sign
do.
their name and not electronically.
Exactly. Yes. So we are considering it highly.
Okay.
It's just finding an instructor to actually do it.
Okay. Okay. Well, you hear that? She needs an instructor. We need to teach these kids. Please call her. She's in need of an instructor
Yes.
to teach our students how to cursive write because that's what we did. how dare they take that out? You know, you gotta sign your
I
name.
know how to sign my name.
You need to know how to do that. That's important,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah,
Your
it
name
is.
is you.
Yes,
Okay?
it is. It represents you.
It
who you
represents you, okay? And there's nothing more than a nice handwriting.
Yes, it
Okay,
definitely is.
are they handwriting in class, or are they on computers and typing everything?
Our students get one-to-one laptops, so
Okay.
they are doing computers. It's becoming a more technologically advanced world, so we have to keep up with the times.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they still need to learn how to write.
Yes, they do. I agree.
Write a letter. write a Dear John letter, or a love letter, or thank you, ma'am letter, or something, you know?
Right. Well, I did also want to tell you what T squared stands for as well,
Yes.
because you know a lot of people wonder what T2 stands for, what T squared stands for.
Okay.
T squared is two T's, of course. That's why it's squared. Stands for talented tenth, and it's based off of W.E.B. Du Bois's talented tenth theory. So basically, the belief that 10% of the African American population will lead in social reforms. We are a social reform school.
Okay.
We focus on different social issues, and we try to correct those issues. So our goal is to get as many African American students, or actually just all cultures really, to get involved in policy so that we can make the appropriate changes to help the race.
And what are some of the issues that you all be discussing?
Oh, our students. Go ahead.
This is good.
Yes, because she actually did go through the whole, because she was there for 4 years. So her
Right.
junior year, she actually had to do her junior thesis, and then she had to do her senior thesis. And our thesis is 5 chapters, so they end up writing a 20-page paper by the end. Yeah, so
This is awesome. This is fantastic, because, you know, we were doing that in college.
exactly.
No
Yes.
thesis in high school.
Yeah, so she actually has done a thesis. She knows the process. All of my students, by the time they graduate, know that process. So can write, you know, over 20 pages. They do yell at me a lot and get mad at me, and I'm sure I'm quite many names, but they do it, and they really appreciate it later.
Yeah, they're going to appreciate you.
Yes.
You're going to be a memory that they're going to be able to, you're the story they're going to tell
I hope so.
their children. Okay?
I hope so.
Because, you know, one thing about going to school, we all remember that teacher who we were just in love with. And we'll never forget that teacher who kept us in check.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep,
And the
that's
one that we
exactly
just couldn't, and that one that we
Exactly
just
word.
couldn't stand. Here goes such and such, you know. Doug, run high. But no, seriously, you know, I think you're doing just an awesome job.
Thank you.
So when you open up your school, how many teachers did you have, and how many students when you started in the beginning?
I started with 50 students and only 6 staff members.
Where did those 50 students come from? How did the word get out that this school was here?
I was door to door, walking everywhere.
Really?
I had, you know, my teachers helping, walking everywhere, Warrensville, Maple, Garfield, Bedford, Cleveland, that, you know, Lee and Harvard area.
Right.
So we were just door to door. We didn't have the money to do anything else. So we just did a lot of door to door, a lot of flyer drops,
Right.
etc.
Excellent. That is just really excellent. So,
Oh, she was going to tell you. Go.
Oh, the social media.
yes.
Okay,
The
yeah, I was
social
waiting on that.
issues. Yes. Tell me about these social issues.
So some of the project topics that we worked on when I was in high school was my topic was foster care, the foster care system, because it could use some improvement. We also had students working on
Police brutality.
what was
That's huge.
Oh
Police
my
brutality.
goodness!
Right
What was
now.
Yes.
the one? It was the one that we didn't even know about it until somebody brought it up to us. Is trafficking?
Oh yeah,
Trafficking.
sex trafficking.
Oh,
That's a really
huge
big one.
Yes.
That's a big one.
Yes.
So we do have a lot of students who do focus on sex trafficking. We do have a lot of students who look at police brutality. We have a lot of students who even look at just education and the differences between African American and Caucasian education learning styles. So our students explore whatever their passion is, because they have to do it for 2 years. So they pick their one topic their junior year, and then they study and they do a 40 article annotated bibliography. That was
I was stressing out with
that. So they really get to know and delve into their particular topic, and then their senior year they really expand their study, and they actually go out and get surveys and they analyze the data and all of those things.
So you do field work.
Yes, they do.
Okay, it's nothing like good research.
Yes.
Because in order to write a good story, you have to do your research and make sure things is correct. So no one could come back on you again.
That's right.
You know, because it could be costly.
Yes, it
you
can.
know, it's like, you know,
If you're not telling
if
the
you're
truth.
not telling the truth, you know, you must be truthful, okay?
Yes.
And make sure that you're not copying someone else's work.
That's right.
Because that can come back on you as well. You're not allowed to do that.
They know I got
But
on
if
them
you
about
do,
that.
you know, you put it in parentheses where you got it from,
That's-
so they know.
She taught us
That's
all of
just
that.
courtesy.
Yeah.
Writing courtesy.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, they knew they had to actually cite their sources, so they knew better.
Because if we didn't, she's gonna give it back to us in red ink. Fix that.
Plagiarism.
Fix that. That's not supposed to be there.
So yes.
So do you have students from the what was it, the homes that live in foster care? Do any of the students get a chance to attend?
We do get phone calls from the county
Okay.
to bring students that are homeless to our school. But we also have had students who are not in the system who actually are homeless.
Okay, this homeless issue with the students is really a big thing. What is your suggestion? Any suggestions toward how we can help these kids not become homeless?
I mean, it really is not up to the child, you know, it's the parent. The only thing that we do is we provide a number of resources.
Resources, okay.
Yeah, we give a lot of resources if asked.
Okay.
And if we can do whatever we can, we try.
Okay.
But I mean, again, we're an educational institution. They
Right.
expect us to do everything.
I know.
We put on more hats than what we should.
Right.
But what we do provide resources.
Well, I highly recommend you, and I thank you so much for the awesome job that you're doing.
Yes.
You know, and it was just great. I can't wait to share and tell people that I know about your academy.
Thank you.
You know, and I wish you so much success for your following fall year.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you. Thank
Thank you for coming on again. You want to give the address and the phone number?
Yes, T Squared Honors Academy, 18450 South Miles Road in Warrensville Heights, and that number is 216-510-5458. And thank you for having us here too.
You're more than welcome. This is Lady D signing off until next Thursday at 4 o'clock on What's Going On.